That worst one interview that night, Carson thought about giving up. Johnny Carson was the undisputed king of late-night television for 30 years. Carson became known for his steady, professional manner, as he hosted more than 4,500 episodes and 22,000 guests. Carson, with the exception of one occasion, maintained his composure on television through embarrassing circumstances, bad gags, and unpleasant celebs. On an otherwise routine night in 1975, a renowned American writer made an appearance on The Tonight Show in a stunning state that not only derailed an interview, but almost destroyed Carson's illustrious career. "I've never seen Johnny that upset, before or after," said an ex-NBC executive who was there during the fallout of the interview that many still think was the worst in the show's history. He wasn't irate over a single poor segment. Ignoring everything, he was suspicious. Whether he wished to stay in television, his influence over the show, and the backing of the network. It was the point at which he almost left. Carson ordered all copies burned the night of literary hero Truman Capote's final Tonight Show appearance, which drove television's most unshakable host to his breaking point. Today, we're unveiling the complete unedited tale of that interview. But before we go into that, let's figure out what set this interview apart from all the others Carson had done with challenging guests, and why that 30-minute portion encapsulated Carson's worst fears about live television. I see. By the way, I believe you mentioned that you found the majority of actors and actresses to be ignorant. Is that essentially what you stated? Or am I taking a quote out of context? Sure. My point was that the mid-1970s was Truman Capote's last drunken outing. Truman Capote had already established himself as a prominent American writer by the summer of 1975. Cold Blood, his magnum opus, had shook up literary journalism. Despite the fact that films based on his works, such as Breakfast at Tiffany's, had become cinematic masterpieces, he became famous for his eccentric personality and unique voice. His humor and juicy rumors about Hollywood's elite were a constant source of entertainment for listeners of his talk shows. In his trademark high-pitched drawl, Capote would often offer literary criticism and charming anecdotes about his celebrity pals during his appearances on The Tonight Show. Carson usually relished their conversations, thinking Capote's blend of celebrity antics and cerebral depth was tailor-made for late-night TV. According to a producer who worked on numerous performances by Capote, Johnny had true admiration for Capote's writing. Truman, in his view, embodied a particular cultural elevation for the show. He was both amusing and a credible literary figure. Every one of their prior chats had been fruitful. However, the instant Capote arrived at the NBC studios on the night of the disastrous appearance, alarm bells began to ring. The writer, who had been fighting serious alcohol and drug addiction issues, looked severely impaired.